What is your opinion on high yield bonds? Do you believe investors will buy if Fed? So I think you're kind of looking at it the wrong way, Marios, because you're trying to start with deciding whether or not the price is going to go up or down. And I don't like to start from that point. I like to start from the standpoint of asking myself if it's cheap or if it's expensive. And we all know that interest rates are at 5,000-year lows, and there's an inverse relationship between interest rates and the price of a bond or the price of a treasury. So if interest rates are at 5,000-year lows, that means the prices of bonds are at 5,000-year highs. And if they're at 5,000-year highs, there's nothing cheap about that. So I'm not saying that bonds couldn't increase in value. Sure, just like the stock market. But I do know that they're not cheap right now. They're wildly expensive. And therefore, I don't want anything to do with them. So I don't even worry about whether or not the price is going to go up or down, because the first thing that I need to check off the box to continue my analysis on whether or not I want to buy the asset, I can't check that off. So I don't spend any time on it. Now, as a thought experiment, then let me try to think that through. So what's your opinion on high yield? Do you believe investors buy if Fed apply negative interest rates? Just because the Fed tries to go negative doesn't necessarily mean that corporate debt goes negative. It just means that the value potentially or most likely goes up because the interest rates are going down. Assuming they go down, there's always a risk premium that the market puts on. I think you've got more tailwind there with the Fed basically showing their cards, saying, hey, if the junk bond market or if the debt market in general, if it goes down, we're going to step in and be the buyer of not only last resort, but the buyer of first resort and second and third and fourth resort. We're going to buy everything, just like JGBs in the Bank of Japan. So I think that's your tailwind. But again, I'm not interested. I have no interest in buying that whatsoever, because I don't care how much tailwind I think the Fed is going to provide by printing bank reserves and hiring BlackRock to go in there and buy these things through some bogus special purpose vehicle, through some scam of a shell game. I just answer that first question, and if it's no, then meaning is it cheap, then I just move on.